Shalom. Call halal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Khan. Call halal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Double honors to the elders, the apostles GMS who rule well. Rock a thumb to all you occupants out there that's pushing this truth and the sincerity and the strength of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. We are the Hebrew Israelites. We out here to wake up our people, the elect of our people. Judah, the so-called Negroes. Benjamin, the so-called West Indian Jamaicans. We got Levi, the so-called Haitians. Gad, the so-called North American Indians. Reuben, the so-called Seminole Indians. Issachar, the so-called Mexican Indians. Zebulon, Guatemala to Panama. We have Manasseh, the so-called Cubans. Simeon, the so-called Dominicans. Ephraim, the so-called Puerto Ricans. We have Asher, Colombia to Uruguay. And Naphtali is Argentina to Chile. These are the 12 tribes of Israel who Yahweh Shai is coming to redeem. 1/3 the elect, and 2/3 are set up for the destruction. And as Romans 13 and 11 says, this is high time to wake out of sleep, you know, because our salvation is nearer than when we first believed. And we in that time right now, because a lot of things is happening. A lot of prophecies is happening. These things you're seeing with how these cops are killing the children of Israel in these streets like dogs and animals and shit with no remorse and no regret. Those are prophecies, man. And it's happening, man. That has to happen, you know, before Yahweh Shai comes back, man, and redeem us, man, and set this thing in order. Whether you want it to happen or not, whether you believe the scriptures or not, those things have to happen, man. You know. And I'm gonna read this article. We're gonna read this article on Freddie.
What's the brief history?
Brief history on.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about. It's a brief history on. It's a brief history in the origin of American policing.
Okay.
Right. Show them the article.
Sure.
And we're gonna talk about that Freddie Gray a little bit, and then we're gonna go. You know, what we got lined out.
I'm gonna read this before we get started. This is 2nd Ezra 7:20. It says, "For there be many that perish in this life, because they despise the law of the Most High that is set before them." And this word, man. And that's why we come out here to push.
I think it's some more on that.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I think there's some more on that. Yeah.
Let me go back.
More on that.
7. Go back to 7.
Where were you reading from?
7:20.
It was at 20?
7:20. Yeah. For there be many that perish in this life, because they despise the law of the Most High that is set before them. It says, "For the Most High have given straight commandments to such as came, what they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment. Nevertheless, there were not obedient unto him, but spake against him, and imagined vain things."
Yeah.
You know?
Come up with their own empty thoughts. See? On what they want to do. When he gave them commandments in order how to escape death, they came up with their own vain things, their own vain opinions, their own thought process. So that's why you see Jake getting tore up left and right by Esau on the left-hand side. You know? But
many more it's gonna be many more.
Yeah, it's gonna be many more.
You know?
And what that was the uproar of the people, man. What that was the uproar of the people in Baltimore. But it was set up on the left-hand side by the elites, the banking family, the Rothschild. All right? Go ahead.
This says the history of policing in the United States. It says the birth and the development of American police can be traced to a multitude of historical, legal, and political economic conditions. The institution of slavery and the control of minorities, however, were two or more formidable historic features of American society shaping early policing. It says slave patrols and night watches, which later became the modern police departments.
So what it was on the plantation, when the Israelites was on the plantation, they would have police officers patrolling the plantation for night watch. You see, and then it was watching out to make sure the slaves wouldn't escape, which are Israelites. All right.
Done. And it says, were both designed to control the behaviors of minorities. For example, New England settlers appointed Indian constables to police native Indians. National Constable Association, 1995. The St. Louis Police were founded to protect residents from Native Americans in that frontier city, and many Southern police departments began as slave patrols. It says in 1704, the colony of Carolina developed the nation's first slave patrol. Slave patrols helped to maintain the economic order and to assist the wealthy landowners in recovering and punishing slaves who essentially were considered property. Policing was not the only social institution enmeshed in slavery. Slavery was fully institutionalized in the American economic and legal order, with laws being enacted at both the state and national divisions of government. Virginia, for example, enacted more than 130 slave statutes between 1689 and 1865. Slavery and the abuse of people of color, however, was not merely a Southern affair as many had been taught to believe. It says Connecticut, New York, and other colonies enacted laws to criminalize and control slaves. Congress also passed fugitive slave laws. Laws allowing the detention and return of escaped slaves in 1793 and 1850, as Turner, Gakowski, and Vandiver, it says, remark, the literature clearly establishes that a legal sanctioned law enforcement system exists in America before the Civil War for the express purpose of controlling the slave population and protecting the interests of slave owners. The similarities between the slave patrols and modern American policing are too salient to dismiss or ignore. Hence, the slave patrol should be considered a forerunner of modern American law enforcement.
And that's plain right there. So, that goes back to slave patrol. So you got all the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans in the ghettos, right? And that's why you got policing them ghettos so tough, because they go back to slave patrol. Now, going into Freddie Gray, he probably seen the brothers on the highways and the byways teaching, and the Most High got him, man. The Most High let Esau get him on the left-hand side. Now they come out, said it was 6 officers that were partakers of that. But the main 3 was the one that was the cause of his death. They saying it happened inside the van, but these Edomites lie so much because it's a video on the web to where 2 Edomites grabbed up this East Indian, right? He was walking through the neighborhood down there in Alabama. And what they did was they got on both sides of him and basically jacked him up and turned him at an angle. And when they slammed his chest down on the ground, it broke his back, okay? So they never show you the footage of what happened before him, they never show you the footage, only when he was on the ground. They probably broke his back by slamming him all on the ground, pushing all that when gravity took over, all that weight went straight forward and broke his back, because it's a video on the web showing you how they did an East Indian and they broke his back. doing it the same way. The Edomites did it the same way. Now you got 3 Jakes that's caught up in that, and you got 3 Edomites. Now you know what that means. That's 3 Edomites and 3 Jakes. That's the number 6. And you know the elites love that number. You know what I'm saying? The elites love that number. And number 6. So you got 3 Jakes caught up in it, and 3 Edomites caught up in it. And the reason why they so-called got that case on them, letting them pushing forward with the case, because you got Jake up in it. You got Jake caught up in it. You got 3 Jakes caught up in it. So that's divide anyway, man. That's conquer and divide anyway, man. And you got them police officers in every neighborhood that Jake in, that's in the poverty is sky high, and you got them slave patrollers patrolling in them neighborhoods for the rich elites, man, to keep you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans under control, man. You know. But under control. Now you see all them Jakes was looting, right? They were looting, right? And that was set up by the elites, because the elites told that mayor told that mayor, the nigga woman, to let them go ahead and loot. So they needed that to orchestrate that plan, basically to bring in the military troops, because that's what it was all about. They showed them the slave patrol first, which was the police officers. They showed them that. They had the kids throwing rocks, and then you got information on the web on one of Alex Jones on Alex Jones' channel, on one of his videos. One of the guys interviewed one of the Jakes that was in that neighborhood, and they said that he said that since them Bloods and them Crips and that guerrilla gang didn't war against the police, they had to do something by exciting the kids to throw rocks at them and stir up them kids. Okay, so they can bring in the military. So they already had everything set up, man, and then they were lying on them gang members. They went sit there and lied on them, and they set the record straight. So all that is a plan to bring that martial law, man. That's all the plan is. It's the plan to bring in the martial law. You know. But you got something to say, y'all?
Ready to get started?
Yeah, to bring in the martial law. You know. But go ahead.
Because you know, that's like scriptures say, man, many gonna perish. So that's what it's supposed to be, and we look for that because we hope for that, because you know we know when that particular time come, when martial law come, we closer to our salvation. You know, and that's what we hope for, man. Yahweh Shai can come back together, Israel, man, the elect of Israel. You know, we're gonna start out from
and you got them kids in there doing that, which they don't know. The elites trying to bring this martial law, which they gonna bring it on the left-hand side. The Heavenly Father gonna allow them to bring it, but they don't know. They not supposed to participate in that. And you got brothers all over the globe teaching this word in sincerity and truth, telling you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans that you Hebrew Israelites, and you just ignore it. You just ignore it, man. So it's no excuse, man. And his brothers in Baltimore teaching, GMS Baltimore is teaching the word, and there's no excuse, man. They probably seen them brothers in Baltimore teaching. Freddie Gray probably seen them and mocked them and made fun of them, you know. And that was his judgment. That was his judgment. But Esau use you niggas and play you niggas against each other, man. And then in that interview, when they were reviewing interviewing that Jake said that the police officer set that pharmacy on fire like that. Said police set it on fire like that. Jake didn't do that. Police done it. That's what he was saying in that interview. So man, there's a lot of things on that web that bring forth the truth and show you how CNN and Fox be lying, man. And they don't tell you the truth, man. That's why you always gotta examine everything before you go to bringing out scriptures. You know, that's why you gotta examine it, man. You know, cause that wasn't nothing but an uproar, man. That's all it was, an uproar. You know? Go ahead, Doc.